I hope y'all are ready for another incredible wedding dress restoration. This beautiful dress was unfortunately caught in a flood, and as you can tell, it needs a lot of work. First, we have to remove all of the metal before the cleaning process can begin. So, Cherie starts by removing the applique while Kurt starts preparing the pre-soak bath. Now, inside this dress, there's a large waistband with enamel-coated hooks, and because it would be too invasive to remove this piece, Kurt folds and secures it so that it can't damage the dress during the cleaning process. And now, it's ready for a pre-soak. Once finished, it goes into a sodium perborate bath and is left to soak overnight. The next day, the dress looks a lot better, but before we can tackle more of these stains, the dress has to be wet cleaned. Now that it's finished, it's time to move on to the next step, which is an Afflon bath. This solution is a parasitic acid detergent and an emulsifier which helps to break the surface tension of the water, allowing the detergent to work better. The dress goes in and immediately you can see the color of the stain drastically change. The dress is left to soak overnight. The next day, we go straight from the bath to the washer to be wet cleaned again. Now comes the scary part, titanium stripper. The stains from the flood are still holding on, but not for long. If you watch closely, you can see the stains start to disappear and the dress turns bright white. He moves on to a solution made of albarust and water, which intensifies the stripper and burns up the rest of its life cycle, before moving it over to the washer to be wet cleaned one more time. The dress came out amazing, but now it's time to start the pressing process. Kurt starts by pressing the innermost layer of the dress. He applies steam, presses the seam, and then brings down the head, and repeats the same process until it's finished. Next, Kurt moves on to the next layer of the dress and continues to work the same process again. Finally, it's time to move on to pressing the bust. Kurt removes the fasteners that protected the dress from the hooks, and then he starts the pressing process again. It's time to press the outer layer, and although it doesn't look very challenging, this entire process took a total of 2 hours to finish. Now that it's finished, it's time to move on to the next step, cleaning the applique. Since this beautiful piece is going back on the dress, it also has to be cleaned. Now, it's time to reinstall it. Just look at the before and after. The transformation is absolutely incredible. This dress is completely stain-free and looks like new. Kurt did an amazing job, but now it's time to package this beauty up and send her back home. He starts with our acid-free museum-quality preservation box and places the dress inside. He straightens out the layers and places acid-free tissue paper in between the folds of the dress. He inserts the acid-free bust form, and now this dress is ready to go home. And for those of you asking if Bill has an apprentice, here's your proof that Bill's legacy is in good hands, because Kurt is a true craftsman, just like his dad.